Eid al-Fitr, or simply Eid, is one of the most widely celebrated festivals in the Islamic calendar. It is celebrated when the new crescent moon is sighted right after Ramadan. Today, we're going to talk with advisor Imtiaz Ali about this wonderful festival. Mr. Ali explained exactly the nature of Eid al-Fitr.
Eid is an Islamic festival. Well, I guess almost everyone will probably know by now that it comes at the end of the Ramadan fast. So once the month ends, which is the 9th month of the Islamic lunar calendar, the first day of the 10th month is the day of Eid. Well, in Trinidad here, it's a public holiday. It's one day.
He said that coming after Ramadan, the festivities bring a reward of blessings for Muslims who have followed faithfully the requirements of that holy month, growing closer to God.
Again, it's an objective of the life of the Muslim, that the entire life is to do that, is to guard against evil, because that struggle between good and evil is a lifelong thing. It's from like cradle to the grave, right? So the Ramadan is an annual thing, and the Eid al-Fitr is an annual festival also, because it's linked again to the Ramadan.
Mr. Ali explains that what happens on the actual day of Eid is first prayer.
So the prayer is either at the mosque or in the open air. But the charity can be given before the day of Eid. But the latest time for that, what is called that Eid charity, is before the prayer itself, right? So that has to be done, right? And then so you go out to the mosque or the open air facility, and you say the prayer in congregation with everyone else, and there is a sermon that is delivered, which generally will remind us of our obligations as a Muslim.
Charity, he says, is an important aspect of the festival. It is in fact one of the pillars of the Muslim faith, comprising the second round for Eid.
One of the objectives of Islam is the eradication of poverty. So you would find that throughout the Islamic system, like take for example, if I am permanently unwell, right? Let's say I have I'm a cancer patient and I can't fast the rest of my life. It is compulsory on me to feed a poor person for every day of the fast.
Asked how the date for the Eid celebration is computed, Mr. Ali said knowledge of the lunar calendar is essential.
You see, the Islamic calendar is the lunar system. So I think you're familiar with new moon and full moon, and these kind of, full moon is like when the month is halfway, so they have the full, right? The new moon is when you have a waxing moon or a waning moon.
In the Eid celebrations, another important aspect is forgiveness.
But all the virtues are important in Islam, because we have already established that Islamic worldview is a triumph of virtue over vice. So any virtue you can determine, right, is something which will be encouraged in Islam.
Mr. Ali says that it is a blessing that in Trinidad and Tobago, the celebration of Eid is considered very highly.
In a lot of parts of the world, you have Muslim communities existing with non-Muslim. Trinidad is one of the few places in the world, right, outside of the Muslim world, that Eid is a public holiday, right? I think the only other places we can think of in the area is Guyana and Suriname.
Mr. Ali says there's no alcohol or non-Islamic practices, as families and friends are invited over. The delicious dishes such as sawine and malida, to name two, are all part of this joyous time and makes Eid not only a spiritual and moral celebration, but one embodying delight for the entire nation. Marie-Therese Bernard for We Focus on Eid.